Good morning, student. Today we are going to start structure of atom. In a previous lecture we have discussed about radicals, and already we have discussed there are two kinds of radicals, acidic radical and basic radicals. So what are acidic radicals? The radicals having negative charge are known as acidic radicals. And the other definition is that you can see here the ions formed after removal of hydrogen ion from an acid is called acidic radical. Examples here you can see that when HCl loses H plus ion. Yes, when we remove H plus ion, it forms Cl minus, means negatively charged anion, which is called acid radical. Why it is called acid radical? Because it is obtained from acid. That's why we are saying all negative charge particles are called acidic radicals. Here some examples are given. You can see that. Here some examples are given. When H plus ion is removed from nitric acid, what form? Nitrate NO3 ion, means it is an acidic radical. Similarly, in the second case, the formula of acetic acid, when H plus ion is removed, what is formed? Acetate ion. Just note down in your copy. Acetate ion. It is also acidic radical because it is obtained from acetic acid. Similarly, in the case of sulfuric acid, H2SO4, when we will remove hydrogen ion, what is formed? Sulfate ion. It has SO4 minus 2 charge and it is also acidic radical. Similarly, carbonic acid, when hydrogen is removed, carbonate ion is formed. In the case of HBr, hydrogen bromide, hydrogen is removed, it is formed Br minus bromide. In the case of hydrogen fluoride, HF, when H is removed, F minus, means fluoride ion is formed. Similarly, in the case of Hi, hydrogen iodide, when hydrogen is removed, iodide ion is formed. Similarly, phosphoric acid, H3PO4, when hydrogen ion is removed, phosphate ion is formed. You can see all these are negatively charged groups, and all these are obtained from acid after removing of hydrogen. So it is clear these are acidic radicals. So my dear student, I think it is very clear what is acidic radical. Now we will talk about basic radicals. When the ion is formed after removal of hydroxide ion, means OH minus, from base, is called basic radical. In the case of acid, H plus ion, hydrogen ion is removed, but in the case of base, hydroxide ion, OH ion is removed. Then positive charge particles are formed. These are called basic radicals. In example, you can see that NaOH, sodium hydroxide, when OH ion is removed, it forms Na plus, and Na plus, which is called basic radical. Why? Because it is formed from the base after removal of OH minus ions, means hydroxide ion. Here I have given you some examples of basic radical. KOH, write the name, potassium hydroxide. When hydroxide ion, means OH minus, is removed, what is formed? K plus, and K plus is called basic radical because it is obtained from base. Similarly, lithium hydroxide, LiOH, Li means lithium and OH. When OH is removed, lithium ion is formed. Similarly, magnesium hydroxide, write the name, my dear student, MgOH whole twice. When hydroxide ion is removed, what is formed? Magnesium plus 2 charge, that is called basic radical. Similarly, calcium hydroxide, when hydroxide is removed, calcium plus 2 charge is formed. And after the calcium, I have given you rubidium, cesium. There is no need to know the name because it is not given in your book. But second last is that BaOH whole twice, barium hydroxide. When hydroxide ion is removed, barium plus 2 barium ion is formed, that is called basic radical. Similarly, in the case of ferric hydroxide, when OH ion is removed, then what is formed? Ferric ion, Fe3+. So these are called basic radicals. Why? Because these are obtained from base after removing of hydroxide ion. So my dear student, I think it is very clear what is acidic radical and what is basic radical. Whenever I will ask in an examination, you can give 2 and 3 examples with the definition. Now we will talk about valency. Valency is defined as combining capacity of the element, means how element combine with the other elements. You know why elements are combining with each other? Because of to get stability. And how they combine? By losing, by gaining, or sharing the electrons. So how they combine with other elements? Either they will lose electron or they will gain, and they will share. Means one element will combine with other element, sharing, losing or gaining electrons with the other elements. Here I have given you the number of elements. Already we have discussed about the elements with their atomic number from 1 to 20. So here I have given you 10 elements from 1 to 10: hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. And its atomic number is that 1 to 10. 1 for hydrogen, 2 for helium. So here valencies are given of the element from 1 to 10. Hydrogen for 1, helium for 0, means helium is noble gas, inert gases. So we know that inert gases are very stable, they do not react with other elements. That's why it has a valency 0, and we know that the valency is the combining capacity. In the case of lithium, it has 1 valency, beryllium has 2 valency, boron has 3, carbon has 4, nitrogen has 3, oxygen has 2, fluorine has 1, and neon has 0. Neon is also inert gas. So these are the valencies of element from 1 to 10. And how we get the valency? Actually, when you will come in higher classes, you will know how to find out the valencies of element. Now I am going to give you valencies of the element from 11 to 20. The 11th one is that sodium. The atomic number of sodium is 11 and its valency is 1. Magnesium 12, its valency is 2. Aluminium is 13, its valency is 3. Silicon has 4 valency. Phosphorus has 2 valency, 5 and 3. Why phosphorus showing 2 valencies? About this you will know in higher classes, in 10th class I think. So only just learn they have a valency. Sulfur has 2 valencies, 6 and 2. Chlorine has 1 valency. Argon has 0 valency because argon is a noble gas. Potassium has 1 and calcium has 2 valency. So these are the valency of element from 11 to 20. So please note down in your copy, it is a very important. Just learn the valencies of element from 1 to 20. And how we find out, it is a very difficult for you because you are in 7th class. Once you come in 8th class or in 9th, 10th class, you will know how to find out the valencies of the element by their electronic configuration. But in your class, just learn and write down in your copy the valencies of the element. In next lecture, we will talk about monovalent, divalent, trivalent, and also I'll give you some acidic and basic radical with their valencies.